Welcome back to Deer Valley Homestead, and if you've not been here before, my name is Andy. You may remember a couple of weeks ago we hatched out these 6 guineas. Unfortunately, one didn't make it, but the other 5 are doing well. We first moved them out to the top shelf of the brooder as the bottom was still full of baby quail. This week we're moving the quail outside into their new cage, which has been made from some old bunk beds that we had lying around. It's definitely not perfect, but for a use-up job, it's not bad. We have also moved the adult quails into the chicken area, and we have now moved those 5 guineas onto the ground floor of the brooder. This week is going to be all about these animal shuffles and a few other pieces of equipment. All of this was not actually my main job this week. I was busy laying the concrete slab that is going underneath of the new wood storage unit that we are building. While the actual laying of the concrete only took 5 hours, the preparation, ordering and collecting of materials took up most of my time this week. However, being that concrete laying is not that much fun, I promise that this short time lapse is all that you will have to watch. First off, let's build ourselves a quick quail cage. These bunk beds came from the shed that we removed around 2 years ago. It is now our jacuzzi area. They've been sitting in the garden ever since, and I've been trying to think of a project I could use them for. I'm just not a big fan of throwing things away if there is a way I can reuse them. However, with these 2 beds, I regret my choice. I didn't realise how wonky, bent, broken, deformed and generally unusable they were. But once I started, I wasn't going to be defeated. I ended up turning them into 2 medium-sized quail cages that are now sitting out in the chicken area. I have mentioned it before, but I think it's worth mentioning one more time, that I am in no way any kind of a good welder. My experience of welding probably adds up to about half an hour, watching a couple of YouTube videos and just giving it a go. I have moved all of our quail out to the chicken area for the summer. In the winter it's too cold for them out there, but this time of year it's just about perfect. They have a nice breeze and a reasonable amount of shade. The second reason is the amount of mess that these quail make. They eat a huge amount and throw even more of the food onto the floor. And of course everything they've eaten has to go somewhere as well. With them being in the chicken area with open bottom cages, this lets the chickens pick through and catch all of that food that would otherwise be wasted. So far, I'm very happy with how it's working. While moving the baby quail, I have attempted to sex them. Hopefully I've done this successfully. At the moment we have 13 boys and 17 girls, although there are 2 white boys that I'm not sure about. I used the method of the feathers on the breast of the bird. The males should have a reddish brown patch with very few spots, and the ladies should have a mottled breast. In a couple of weeks, once they start to lay some eggs, we'll know if I was even close to getting this done correctly. Our plan for the quail is to keep the ladies to produce more eggs, and the boys will be heading to the freezer, with the exception of 1 or 2 who will get to stay with the ladies. So it's going to take these guys a couple of days to get used to this mesh flooring. They haven't been on this before. The ones who've been in here before have, and they're fine. It just took them 24 hours maybe to realise that they could walk on it and not be scared that they're going to fall through it. They've got fresh water, they've got fresh food, and happy days. So there's currently 15 in here, and there will be about the same number of boys in the other side. Of course, the boys will go to the freezer in a couple of weeks' time, and then these ladies will split out between the 3 different cages, so there won't be too many in each. So for now they have this piece of plywood in the back to walk on. They're always very unsure the first time they come and walk on this stuff. They get a bit confused about it and they're not sure if it's safe, etc, etc. So they'll hang out over there, but the food is over here, so they will come over here at some point. You see, they're really nervous on the mesh, but they'll get used to it and they'll be running around like normal in a few days. By now, you've seen me make a whole bunch of these wooden structures. So instead of making a full video on it, you've got a very quick one. Of course, if you haven't seen any of those, feel free to subscribe and go and check them out when you finish this video. Wonderful. I have another piece of metal which I will change out for the roof, so it will have a proper roof, one of the nice brown ones like the rest of the stuff we've built, but I still need to cut that. The 5 guinea keets are now down on the bottom level of the brooder. They are quite nervous birds, especially when they're young, so it's quite nice to catch them on camera and get to see them acting a little bit more naturally. That's it for another week from us here at Deer Valley. We hope you enjoyed the video and consider subscribing. For those of you who love these guinea keets, there's another 60 seconds of footage just because they're so cute and adorable.